Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome to my July channel update. I hope you're doing well, and in general things are going exceptionally well for the channel for a second month in a row, so I'm exceptionally happy about that and thank you for your continued support. We're going to do some Patron shoutouts today, and I also have a few talking points and I've got them written in a TXT on my other monitor over there to remind me so I don't forget again. I also did forget one thing to go over last time. It was a little YouTube thing. They brought in new cyberbullying terms and conditions that I wanted to just make known to people, because I don't think they publicly advertised that they actually changed that. It made the news in certain places because the wording they were using for it was very broad and people were worried that criticism would be misconstrued as bullying. Being critical of something is not bullying something. And I don't think that was Google's intention. I don't think they were giving themselves a net that they could capture any criticism in. It is genuinely to, I think, protect the younger people who use YouTube from, intense, horrible bullying. I think that's their intention. Maybe they were just trying to have a way to take down anything they didn't like. I don't know. That was something I meant to mention last time. It's probably old news by this point, but just so I remembered. So if I look over to my other monitor, I have a TXT here. Hang on, it'll make me turn pale, but I'll bring it over here so I can at least look at the camera as I read out the names. Thank you to the following people who supported my channel via Patreon last month, so this is the names for June. Starting with, thank you to Richard Bearwell, Matsumuni, Carneris, Dracovian, Taya Blake, Dragonakis, Bradley Parry, Nick M, Jared Tabor, Good Rory, Michael Smith, Thaxton, Grant Doty, Gary Myron, Ryan Sadowski, Andre Highgate, Rachel Weber, Casper MH, Terrell Smith, The Newbie, That One Guy With The Face, and Yuki. Thank you very much, and I shall mark that as being done. By the way, I changed my Patreon so that it takes money straight away. I didn't do that because I'm greedy. I did that because every month there's usually like at least 5 or 6 people who have had the benefit of being a patron but then don't actually pay at the last second. It's a feature they should have had from step 1 because some people are like that. But it's done now. If that means that you don't want to carry on supporting because you don't like the money being taken in advance, that's totally fine, but it's the way I have to do it to protect the stuff I do. Right now it really is just getting to vote on what I stream on Sundays, but I do still plan to do that series where I impart some YouTube knowledge. I'm kind of taking notes at the moment about the kind of things I want to cover in it. A little bit discouraged in that the stuff that I'm thinking of, they'll help, but they won't help us doing stuff that isn't against the rules on YouTube, but I still find morally deplorable. I've spoken a little bit about it in the past though, so I don't think we need to cover that. Let's try and keep things positive. In general, I like trying to keep things positive on the channel, which is why I don't really do look at games where I didn't like the game. I'm trying to think of a recent example. There was a game I covered recently, or played recently, I didn't enjoy. Oh, Fury. Yeah, a Dark Souls-esque type indie game. I didn't like it at all, so I'm not doing any coverage on it. And because I couldn't really find much to say about it in terms of the way I what I liked about it other than say the visual style, and the voice acting was pretty good as well, that wasn't enough for me to cover it, so that's why I didn't do any coverage of it. I try and just show you stuff that either I enjoy or I think you'd enjoy, rather than kind of going the road of let's point and laugh at the game that's not very good. Although in this case I think I'm in the minority. I think most people actually enjoy Fury. So let me go over to my notepad a little bit. The first talking point on the notepad is that the original attempt I put into Twitch to get partnership was turned down. It happened quite a while ago now. I tried way too early. I'm going to try again once I'm at 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So at present, I'm going to give you a live update here. At the time of me recording this, which is the Saturday before the Monday you will see this, I'm at 93,863 subscribers. So by the time this airs on Monday, I'll probably be at 96, maybe just before. It might happen a little bit sooner. I was expecting to hit 100k in early August. It might happen in the final week of July. In terms of when I do any kind of celebrations for them, I'm kind of open to suggestions. I was planning on waiting until I get the play button from YouTube for hitting 100,000 subscribers. They send you a silver play button, or bronze, whatever colour it is. But that can take up to 6 weeks, I believe, to arrive. So is it okay if I wait that long so at least I have something to show off? Or would you rather I just try and schedule something to sync up with when I actually hit it? It's very possible I'll just be doing one of my normal live streams on the day where I hit it. Although I guess, depending on when it happens, I could try and make it go longer. I'm not sure. what would you like to see for my 100,000th video? Do you want me to do a question and answer to camera like this? I've done that kind of thing before, back when I hit like 20,000 subscribers, I think. I wouldn't mind doing that again if you have any specific questions. If I get enough people saying yes, please do a question and answer thing, I will do a separate video saying, hey, ask me stuff here, because that'll be a separate thing. It will take me a lot longer to do, you know, and it won't clog up the comments of this video. So that's the rough plan I've got in mind. Also, we're roughly at, well, again, at time of me recording, just over 5,000 followers on Twitch as well. So hopefully all this is waiting together, like having over 100,000 subscribers, having 5,000 plus followers. Hopefully when I put in for a partnership again with Twitch, this time they'll look at it and say, hang on a minute, this is actually worth doing. I'm going to wait until I actually am above the 100,000, but then I will apply again. And hopefully they will accept me this time. If they don't, I will this time pursue it and ask why, because it feels like there's enough there to do it. But they don't really reveal their clandestine decision making, so I don't know. But that's what my plan is. I will be trying for partnership again. The first one was turned down. I probably was way too early, because they take what you have at the time. I don't think they look into whether you've had sudden growth like I have. So I might have shot myself in the foot a little bit there. Fair enough. Oh, also, while I'm remembering, I got a great little bit of fan art using a sprite from Overwatch and then combined with someone drawing my channel avatar. I'll put it on the screen for you now. Thank you very much to the person who gave me it. I've forgotten what your Twitter was, but I did link it on Twitter. So if you want to see it, go there. As in, see the person's Twitter who drew it. Thank you though. I'm always happy to see fan art like that, especially if it's like silly stuff like George Me Grandad. But we don't dwell on that. Also, just another brief thing to do with Twitch. There still continues to be people who are willing to tip my streams while I'm live, and I just wanted to say thank you very much, especially to a couple of people who want to remain anonymous, who actually gave very ridiculously generously. I'm not sure I can repay that other than by saying thank you here, but it is appreciated. I treat Twitch tips like I do Patreon. In other words, I don't blow it on shit. Like when I bought the special edition Overwatch, which you can see the 76 statue right there, I didn't use patron money, I didn't use tip money, I used my money. That kind of money I use for, like, if I need to upgrade hardware, if, you know, technically, you know, being able to live counts as worthwhile, I think, you know, weekly food shop, that kind of stuff. But I don't spend it on frivolous things, and I want that to be very clear. If someone's willing to tip me for what I'm doing for a living, then it gets reinvested into what I'm doing for a living. And on that subject, I was talking about potentially buying an HTC Vive last month. I've decided to hold off because my 3DS capture card, my European one, it's on the way out. It's definitely not right. It has a problem holding a charge when I'm using it, even though it's getting charged as I use it. So I've ordered another one. I've ordered a new Nintendo, you know, the one with the analog stick on it. A new 3DS European with a capture card. I put in the order. That's another $600, which is fine because, again, Patreon and whatnot covers that. The problem is it will take at least 2 months, probably 3 or 4 months to arrive. They've got a huge backlog because they're pretty much the only people who do it. So I had to get in early because I know there's going to be a wait. Hopefully my old 3DS, which is down there charging right now, it's going to hold together long enough, because we're playing a lot of Generations right now on the channel and people want to play it with, you know, viewer hunts, etc. By the way, if you aren't aware, viewer hunts are every Saturday. Something fell over there. Viewer hunts with Monster Hunter Generations is every Saturday. Not necessarily the only thing we do on Saturdays, but it's probably the main thing we'll do on Saturdays, because that's been a tradition for, even before I started streaming. We did it via my Steam group. We did it every Saturday, was Monster Hunter night. So I'd like to continue that. Although I know most of my audience has gathered as a result of Overwatch, so what I was planning on doing on more days is have Overwatch plus something, but have Overwatch be the second section of the stream. This isn't to try and trick people into watching, it's to try and encourage people to watch other content other than just Overwatch. Like, there was a time where I did 4 Ultimate, I think, and Overwatch. It got some people into Monster Hunter but haven't seen it before. And that's good. Even if they don't want to watch my Monster Hunter content, it's nice that they find a new series or a new type of game that they might not have known about. I'm blathering a little bit. So yes, Vive delayed. Ordering a new capture card, 3DS, it'll probably take a while to arrive. Covered the Twitch stuff. So the other thing was related to the hoodie I'm wearing right now. Again, because my channel has exploded the last few months, you might not be aware, but back in just before March, and it kind of ended just as I started streaming, I tried out a Teespring campaign with some hoodies and t-shirts using some art Kurt did of my channel persona, and you can kind of see there, it's me and Maya, like, there we are, okay. It was pretty successful for, you know, I didn't have a huge number of people in the community, whereas now we obviously do, so I'm considering towards the end of the year doing it again to give more people the opportunity to have something branded with my channel persona. Thinking around about November, because I don't want to do it in time for Christmas, because you've got more important things to worry about at Christmas, family, friends, etc. But I am willing to take some suggestions for what you might like to see. Keep in mind most of my audience is over 18, so it has to be, it can be funny, it can be cute, you know, Maya looks real cute on there in my opinion, down there. A bit like cramped, but still. So I don't mind cute, it has to be okay for a grown man to wear. Grown man or woman, for that matter. Just, you know, not just a kiddie type thing. Also this time I think I'd probably go two-tone in terms of the colour, so it can be a bit more complex as well and look more rounded. You know, just so it looks more fancy. So I'm looking for ideas. Keep in mind you can't, well, yes you could probably get away with using someone else's licensed copyright. I don't want to do that, but you can have something that's very close, like the picture that I did before, or Kurt did before, rather. It looks a little bit like a Bloodborne armor set, it looks a little bit like a Dark Souls armor set, it looks a little bit like a Monster Hunter armor set, but it isn't specifically any one of those things, so I think it's acceptable and it matches up to the content I do. So if you were about to comment, do something Overwatch themed, I can't do that. And I wouldn't ask one of my artist friends to do that either, because I'd be infringing copyright. Now, something that looks kinda close to Overwatch and is just like maybe one of our personal jokes we have in the videos we make, that's fine. So I am thinking along the lines of maybe something to do with Charge Me Grandad, but my worry there is that's too childish. So I'm open to suggestions, I'm looking for input. If you have any ideas, and also just if you have interest in me doing another Teespring thing. It's bespoke in terms of once the campaign ends, they're gone. You can't get these ever again. I mean, technically I could do them again, but that would be unfair. They were a limited time thing, so that's what I mean by that. So I think that was pretty much all that I had to cover, really. Monster Hunter Generations is continuing on the channel. Dark Souls 3 is done. I uploaded the final part today. You'll be seeing it in a couple of days' time. And watch out for that one, because I actually did... I won't spoil it. Although I did kind of spoil it during a 4 Ultimate stream, but never mind. We also have the... I'm going to look at my video so I don't forget here. We've got Let's Look At's coming. There's one coming for a game called Beat Cop, which is a very interesting little parody of 80s cop shows. We've got the... We'll continue playing Overwatch on streams. We'll get highlights from them when we do stupid stuff as per usual. We also have Enter the Gungeon. That's carrying on. I'm going to get super salty in some of the upcoming episodes, so if you don't like seeing me get annoyed at a game, and there is, you know, I think the majority actually don't like seeing someone get mad at a game. There will be some Gungeon episodes you probably just won't want to watch, because I am into doing the frustrating in-game stuff, and it's really, really annoying. Some of the stuff, the Elevator Man stuff is what I'm talking about specifically, if you already know. It's really annoying, but I still like the game and I am still playing it. I like having one roguelike on the channel at any one time because every run is different. That's the gist there. We've also started a Dead by Daylight series, local recorded. We've been playing it on stream and it proved quite popular, so we thought, why not test the waters with the series? And as of yet, yeah, it's doing really well on the channel. It's no surprise really, in June it was one of the most played games on YouTube Gaming, so it's definitely popular to watch right now. So that will continue. We recorded like 5 episodes I think in the session we put aside for. It's one of those things that logistics is annoying because we have to make sure everybody who can take part is available at a given time and it's not a stream day because we do it in the evening. But yeah, we'll record more because it's proved popular. Other than that, going forwards, at the end of the month, the next Deus Ex game is out. I'm not going to do a series on it, but I think I might play it on stream just by myself because I really, really like the Deus Ex games. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Pokemon, coming soon-ish. Not Pokemon Go. I live too rurally for that. I did get Pokemon Go and there's just nothing in my area. The only Pokestop in my little, tiny, crappy place is in a graveyard, and I'm not going to a graveyard to find Pokeballs, no matter what. It's a fun idea for a game, though. But yeah, so I think that's all at the moment. So we'll have 3 series going: Dead by Daylight, Generations, and Enter the Gungeon. Along with that, we've still got Let's Look At of indie games I get approached about, and mainstream games as well. And we've got the Overwatch highlights, and we've got the VODs of whatever we play on stream, be it Quiplash or any of the other games I've mentioned. So going ahead, things are looking interesting. Into July I will get a Vive, so we will start having virtual reality content on the channel, and I will try and set it up so I can have like a camera showing me looking like a moron with the headset on and everything, to see, that I'm actually moving around. If that isn't practical enough, I will just have the game captured, but I'll try and do it, because that's whole part of the gimmick, seeing the person look around and know that they're actually seeing 360 vision. So that's the plan. I can't think of anything else I've forgotten to mention, though no doubt as soon as I press stop recording I will. Thank you sincerely for the continued support. I'm looking forward to getting that play button like nobody's business, because it's validation of hanging on for that one last year finally paying off. I've been on YouTube since 2008, and it took a while to get going, let's put it that way, and it's fantastic that it finally is. So with that, I shall see you at my channel update next month, or if prior to that, the 100,000 subscribers special. Until then, ta-ta for now.